name is Nicola. I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So just bear with me, just move my stand a little bit because it's not in the right place. So today we're going to do a stitch with me, and this will be one of my videos with a chat element. So I'll be going through some of my comments. It's Boxing Day, it's the 26th of December. It's early in the morning, everybody is still asleep, and I am down here with my stitching. So you will see I'm working on the Realm of Middle Earth again. I know that this one was out last time. I did have a stitch with me with chat, and it just so happens that it's come into its rotation again for this one. So I do apologise if you were hoping to see something different, but c'est la vie, it's just the way that it's worked out. So I hope everybody is doing well. It's the day after Christmas. I should imagine that people are full of turkey and cheese. We are no exception. We had the Christmas day we had was I'll be honest, it wasn't the best Christmas that we'd ever had, but it wasn't terrible, you know, and we made the best. Those of you who have been following or were in my live will know that my stepdad is currently in hospital, and he ended up actually being in over Christmas as well. So our Christmas day went something along the lines of get up, see to various pets, because we've got a dog boarding with us currently as well, and open presents, have breakfast, prepare what we could for lunch, and then go to the hospital to see my stepdad. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that he's had a gallbladder issue for quite some time now, and last week he thought he got a bout of food poisoning, but it wasn't food poisoning. A gallstone had escaped his gallbladder and was causing a little bit of chaos down in the abdominal area. He ended up going in hospital Thursday before Christmas. He had an emergency operation. They couldn't remove his gallbladder because it's adhered to somewhere in his gut, whether it's intestine or stomach, I'm not sure. So they couldn't remove the gallbladder, but they did take the stone out and much improved matters. They took out some infection as well. There was a lot of pus. Sorry if it's too much information, but they kind of washed out his abdomen as well and sent him off to a ward. And he was hopeful to come out for Christmas, but then he's developed a chest infection, which is not uncommon, to be fair, when you're in hospital. So he's still on the ward at the moment, and yeah, we'll just sort of have to see really how it goes over the upcoming sort of days and weeks. So that's my stepdad. You'll have also, if you join my live, know that we also had a death in the family as well, my cousin. So I will be going to a funeral later this week, which is really saddening. I mean, my cousin was 54, so it's no age really. So that is the shape of my Christmas and the week to come. But on to other things. So today's stitch with me, as I said, is with chat. So we're going to go through some of your lovely comments. I think my last chatty stitch with me was filmed on Hannah's birthday, 15th. Or it was very close to the 15th. But considering it was on a Friday, I'm pretty sure it was Hannah's birthday. excuse me, Hannah, of course, got very spoiled, even at 22. She had a birthday tea of her choice, and then the following day we went out and met up with Andy's parents to do a Christmas gift exchange and have a lunch with them, which was lovely, and we very much enjoyed spending some time with them. So yeah, to the victor the spoils, as it were, and Hannah has enough money to take herself on a shopping trip. Between that and Christmas, she's got a purse full. So there we go. So I am going to go read some of your comments now. As I said, nobody is up, so at some stage you might hear people come down and pass by. The dog is still here, my stepdad's dog. Hannah is upstairs with her. The cat is upstairs in another room. Andy is still sleeping. Lauren is still sleeping. There's only me awake. It was exactly the same yesterday morning. I came down first. That's the perils of being an early riser. But of course, the advantage of being an early riser is the stitches get done. So I will have shared on my floss tube my Christmas gift from Andy, which was a Gecko Rouge kit. Let me just see if I can get the image of it and show you. Because it's one of those patterns that with Pattern Keeper it's not downloaded properly, which is a bit of a pain. But I'm still able to show you. So Gecko Rouge, priced by artist. So the artist for this one, for the one kit that Andy's bought me, is Sophie Kilpatrick. And this is the kit that he chose. Let me just move my light out of the way. So it's called Night Orange London. And obviously it's a classic London cityscape. So I'm still waiting for the kit to come. But yeah, isn't he fantastic? And also, you may or may not know, if you are on Gecko Rouge's Facebook page, they did something that's very rare for them. Okay, where is the picture? No, that's Google Photos, isn't it? That's not what I want. It must be. Oh, there we are. I couldn't, again, get this one with the mock-up, but Gecko Rouge have released this freebie, and it's by Terra Mango, and it's a festive cat. So this one has also been added to my pile. And again, because the digital file's misbehaving a little bit in Pattern Keeper, I don't actually have a Pattern Keeper mock-up, but that's fine. We can still see what the pattern is. So yeah, 2 more acquisitions. I plan later this week, so I will still do my usual Stitch With Me on Friday, but on Saturday I plan to do a whip and kit parade. So I'll do a video of my current whips and then also just show what Gecko Rouge kits, or just the covers really of the kits that I have so far. I'm not digging out all of the kits because it's pointless when I've got all of the images that I need on my tablet. So I should be doing that, and my live will be on Saturday this week at 8 p.m. instead of Sunday. So yeah, a couple of changes coming up, and then from the new year I will start to do my lives at 7:30 p.m. and from next Tuesday, which is the first floss tube of the new year, my Stitch with Me's will also change because the numbering, well, all of my output will change because the numbering will be the episode number stroke 24 for 2024 or 2024, I haven't decided yet, so that everything is numbered evenly, as it were. So because they're all sort of all over at the moment, we've got, you know, floss tubes in the 70s, some of the Stitch with Me's are in the 50s, some of them are in the 20s, but I figure if I do, you know, just renumber everything, it starts everything off on an even foot, doesn't it? So that's what I'll be doing. So 10 minutes of waffling on. Let's get down to some comments. So my first one is on my night cafe, and it's from Heather P, who says, "Hi Nicola, I love the colours in this one." Yeah, they've got some gorgeous colours in that one. Is the snake method similar to stitching on the diagonal? I have one project I'm working on using tent stitch, and I'm thinking of converting the method of stitching. So the snake method can really lend itself to stitching actually classic on the diagonal, or as I'm doing it, which is block by block and kind of what I call the stepped diagonal. So you could use snake method on either of those. Karen the Needlebug has used snake method on the diagonal. So the snake method in itself is just sort of one way of ensuring, for me, that I don't get lost, because I find tent stitching, that's the only piece I've got with tent stitching on. But I found that, you know, previously when I've been doing tent stitching for like a background or something, you know, lots of the older DMC kits had a tent stitch background. I found myself getting lost quite easily. So I figured if I did it 10 by 10 block and then in the snake method just working from the top of the block to the bottom, then I wasn't getting lost. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, I need to start writing these down, to do some more sort of instructional videos, how I do it videos in the next year. So, you know, I mean, how I do parking, how I do snake method, how I do, how I set up and start a new project, that kind of thing. How I deal with the kit, you know, that's come in, like such as my Gecko Rouge kits, and how I, you know, prepare them to start, you know, that kind of thing. So I will do a video on it, but for me, it's all about, you know, keeping in control of where I am. I think because I'm only doing sort of one arm of the stitch, my eyes can't see that it's a full stitch, and I tend to sort of, I have sort of gone wrong in the past where I've overlapped onto it. So yeah, it, like I said, because I've never been able to keep control of tent stitching, it's just how I've developed it to keep in control. So on my last chatty, Esther says happy birthday to your daughter. I did pass on all of these birthday messages to her, by the way, and she says thank you all very much. She had a lot of lovely messages, both on a live, on my floss tube, Stitch with Me. You know, she was thoroughly spoiled for birthday messages, and it's wonderful of you all to send those to her. Okay, I don't know how many comments I've got today. So GB-KL5LP asked what plan I was working on. What plan are you using? And I was a bit confused by this at first, and I had to sort of, what do you mean? And of course I do sort of forget that I'm on a slimming plan and a diet plan. And you know, she had to sort of ask me, respond by saying my diet plan. Well, the diet plan I'm on is Slimming World. I think it's mainly UK based. I don't know if they do have any sort of worldwide presence, as it were. I think presence, maybe. And I'm now up to 3 stone 11 pounds lost. But this week I might have gained a little bit. It's Christmas week. I'm full of cheese, but we'll have to see, eh? So yeah, Slimming World, and it's working an absolute treat for me. Okay, Curly Crafter comments on this piece. She says it's a lovely, she loves this piece and loves seeing progress. Well, you get it double whammy this time. It's my intention to sort of try and make sure that there's a different piece every stitch with me, but it just fell on this one. And, you know, I could have sort of switched it out for the next one in rotation, but that's envy, so it would have meant changing my floss box and everything, and I don't want to do that at this time in the morning. I'll wake the whole house up. So, because envy is still kitted separately, but won't be, you know, when I get closer to its finish. Mrs. Miggins says, I think Betsy's comment is beautiful. That was Betsy's comment on my last stitch with me, you know, when Betsy said that, you know, basically that I was an inspiration and encouraged her to pick up a needle, which I thought was truly beautiful. You're a lovely person, Betsy. And Mrs. Miggins clearly agrees with that sentiment. And she says that she'll see us obviously on the live, and Mrs. Miggins is one of my regular live viewers. So Clara says, I can't seem to get into my Frida in the Garden kit by Gecko Rouge. It's oval shaped and very nice, but just not interesting enough. She's put in 100 stitches away, but now I've just moved it into my rotation. Enjoy seeing me stitch on Realm of Middle Earth. Please tell Hannah the happiest of birthdays, and thanks for asking my question. Restitching Shelf and Hanging Threads. And again, Clara is one of my lovely ladies that just joined me on the lives, and she mentions that she'll see me there. I do like Stitching Shelf. It's got some gorgeous colours in it. I think, you know, now when I put it out on, you know, you put it out to stitch on it, I'm just like blown away by the colours on that top shelf. Oh, I hear movement. I think I might have someone around. Okay. Dolly G Naden 8799 comments on my Envy stitch with me and says my favourite one. Yeah, those greens are something special in Envy. They really are quite beautiful. Oh, door closing again. Maybe I'll be alone a little longer. Jane says happy birthday to Hannah and congrats on the new job. Great stitch with me as usual, loving the progress. Thank you, Jane. And Hannah also thanks you all for your congratulations on her new job as well. Oh dear, I'm needing that coffee this morning. I feel quite tired. Sharon Marie says, looking forward to the live tonight. I hope Hannah enjoyed her birthday. Couldn't add you on Facebook as it says view profile only. I've had to get another account. Gecko Rouge Group won't let me in either. And she's quite annoyed. So we did sort that, didn't we, Sharon? And we're now back again, friends on Facebook. I think it's because my profile was set to friends of friends as opposed to anyone. But we got that sorted. And the lovely Sharon is back on there. And I think she's getting back into the groups as well, if I'm right. It's a complicated process sometimes. I've been very fortunate. I've never had to make a second Facebook account or another Facebook account, but I can understand the frustration when that happens. The dog says good morning, apparently. Okay. So Kel's Bells says on my last live stream. Now, on that live stream, we were talking about the Heaven and Earth Designs freebie release, and the freebie was then taken down because it was an AI generated image. And once pointed out, I could see that there were some glaring errors in the image. For example, the coach driver had 3 legs. Kel says, my partner's just kitted up the free chart. Lovely to get back to normality of stitching after being away to hot climates. I'd like to wish you all, including the girls and Andy, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And thank you for that, Kels. But I don't know if you've seen my response comment to say, do check the chart. As mentioned, it does have some errors and it's an AI chart, so not entirely accurate. I do hope that you have, Kels, and I also hope that you've had a lovely Christmas too. So I just realised I forgot to say that on my comment, which was very naughty of me. Linda Love to Stitch says hello on my live stream. And then We now move to comments on my floss tube. So floss tube 71 that went out just before Christmas. So Sharon Marie says, you're looking great. Whole demeanour has changed too. Hope to make the live stream, maybe only a bit of it, however, but I will pop in. Projects all progressing nicely. Okay, Sharon Fennell says, fabulous stitching as always. Have a very Merry Christmas. I hope you get some stitchy time. I won't be able to join the next couple of lives, but will watch on catch up. And normal service will resume in the new year. It's much appreciated that you do watch, even if it's on catch up, Sharon. And you know, that goes really for everybody. If you can't join me on my lives, they're always there on catch up. So, you know, don't feel, you know, in any way bad that you can't sort of join in there and then. I understand and accept that, you know, people have things going on. I still schedule them because I know that some people don't have things going on and, you know, maybe spending some time alone. And, you know, my live stream might create company for someone, which is vitally important. But yeah, it can always be added in. You can always be sort of watching on later, should I say, added on to your watch list. Yeah. Okay. Sherry says, thanks for the video. Your progress is looking good. Thank you, Sherry. I've worked quite hard on my stitching this year. I'm going to get to about 270,000 stitches, I think, for the whole year, which I think is quite good. Maybe even a bit more than that. I'll know at the end of New Year's Eve exactly how many I've managed to get through. But I mean, you guys will know that I do like to stitch, and I like to stitch a lot. And I take every opportunity that I can to pick up a needle, and stitching travels with me. And there's always a project nearby. I'll stitch in the car, I'll stitch on a train. I've even stitched on buses before now. There is no place off limits for me for a stitchy session. If Andy and I travel, when we end up staying in a hotel, he spends the evening editing whatever video that he's making that day, and I spend mine with my stitching. You know, I've even had times where I've took my Lowry standing a lot. So yeah, I'm stitch obsessed. But hey, you know, I don't drink, I don't smoke. The bin goes out more than I do. This is my pleasure. My pleasure. I still get the odd look at work because I sit in the break area with my stitching. Nobody's yet come and asked me what I'm doing. But, you know, they might do in the future. I might convert some more work colleagues to stitching. I've already converted one. Okay. So Mrs. Miggins says she looks forward to me doing a video. Oh, what have I done here? Something's got caught there, hasn't it? It's got looped in, look. That's it. Mrs. Miggins says she looks forward to my video on the parking method, which makes no sense to her at all. I hate it when I have one or two dangly threads because I always seem to get tangled up in them. Great progress as always. I'll be the best present I could wish for. Robin's coming up for a few days. I'll try 100% to the live, but you know what it's like when you're nattering, time flies. So it sounds like You will have a lovely Christmas there, Mrs. Miggins, with Robin. Okay. Sally Ann Cole says, hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Thank you, Sally, and I hope you've had a very merry and peaceful one too. Joe Sorensen also says, hopes that I have a very Merry Christmas. Straight back to you too. I'm hearing lots of voices upstairs now. I think everybody's awake, including the dog. Sue Landriel says, you look fantastic. How much more are you looking to lose? So I'd like to lose probably the same amount again, so around about another 4 stone. But what I will do is, as I get towards that 4 stone mark, my target is sort of flexible. I worked out that if I lose £8 a month, I should be at target by middle of next year. If I lose £10 a month, I'll be at the target by spring. So, and then the important and the hard work starts by sort of being in that maintenance phase and keeping a lid on any gain and learning how to feed my body and not, gain excessive weight. I mean, a few pounds of fluctuation here and there is one thing, but a huge amount of weight loss is it's going to be very tricky just to sort of keep my grip on the maintenance phase. I've lost such a lot, and of course when I was at my heaviest I was eating an awful lot, and I'm now learning to eat to contentment as opposed to capacity, which is a very tricky trick. Good morning. That's one down. Okay. If you lose much more, we won't be able to see you. I'm sure you will. I'm not disappearing anytime soon. I was sort of sizable, you sort of couldn't see it, but it's funny because every time I have a bath or a wash or whatever, me and Andy are in the bathroom together, we kind of notice another bit where the fat's disappearing. And it's like, okay, which bit is it going to be this time? Which is quite fun. So that's that. Have you got your slippers, dear? Did you leave them upstairs? I think you did, didn't you? Just ask if one of the girls can chuck them down for you. Yeah. Okay, so in case I don't make the live...
Can you chuck my slippers down, please?
She also says, if I don't make the live, wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a safe and happy New Year with wishes for health and happiness. Take care. Thank you, Sue. And then user NF2BM3YL7W, that's a mouthful, don't try and say it after you've had a few, says, Merry Christmas from Aussie, love your videos. What a lovely comment, thank you very much. That's just exactly what, I love to hear, that you love the videos. And it's wonderful that so many of you are very, very positive about what I do. Crazy Stitcher Lynn says, yay on the weight loss. The phenomenal amount of stitches completed, and I still love your hair. Well, you'll have seen it on yesterday's floss tube, Lynn. We've had a bit more off. And...
never mind.
Oh, this don't chuck them down? Okay, they will. So, yeah. It's looking good, the old mop. And it's so much easier to control. Easy to wash, easy to dry, easy to style. I don't even, bother with the hair straighteners. I just let the natural wave take over. Okay. So Cat Junk says, "Hi Nicola, can't wait for your parking and stake method video. When I park, I always get prominent vertical lines and I don't know how to prevent it." I think that the vertical lines are always going to be a problem when you're doing block by block. However, I may know something that you can try to prevent it, so watch for the video. So Lynn, Crazy Stitcher on a stitching shelf, comments that she only has a few stitches in hers. She adores the motifs, the mini motifs and the colours. I think it should be coming out in 2024. Yep. Get on and do them that stitching shelf there, Lynn. You'll love it. I absolutely love it. The colours. I know I keep talking about the colours in it, but they really are gorgeous. Can you chuck down Andy's slippers, please, one of you? They're in our bedroom. Just asking again. Okay. If you hear a couple of thumps, it's just the slippers landing at the bottom of the stairs because they're right next to me. There's one. There's one. Are you chucking the other down or what?
No, I might keep it.
Okay, keep it then. Andy will have to hop.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sherry says, "Thanks for the video." And your slippers have arrived here on my stitching shelf. Clara comments on my last floss tube. "Merry Christmas, Nicola, Andy and family. I loved all the progress you've made on your whips. You might hear crunching in the background. Andy's having his breakfast. This camera picks up all sorts. It picks up sliding door. As always, great about your weight loss. Hope to participate in the live. However, son will be here and likes us to watch movies with him all afternoon and all evening. If I don't see you Sunday, have a great time." I'm assuming that your son did want to indeed watch movies, Clara, because I did notice that you weren't around on the live, and it's perfectly understandable. But yeah, you'll have to let us know what you watched. Right, here comes Hannah with the dog. And Lauren. Good morning, Lauren.
Morning.
Good morning, Casey. That's the dog.
Morning.
I fed the cat this morning, but I think the dog's... Oh, it's down there. The dog's missed it. Okay. Jane says, "I almost didn't recognise you. Had to take a second look." Yeah, this hair and the weight loss does make a huge difference, doesn't it? I look at myself in the mirror sometimes and it still makes me jump, because I look totally different to what I did 12 months ago. Okay, Solar Wind says she's always right. That was on the floss tube where Andy's wallet is now definitely going to take a battering. So no new starts is coming in a few short days. We start day 1 of 366 because it's a leap year next year, is that right? So 1 of 366 of no new starts. Yeah, she's just hoovered up the rest of the cat's breakfast. Okay, what kind of magnifying and light source do you use is my question from ManMom1. So, I have a daylight lamp, but it's not a circular bulb, it's like a strip light. And it just sits over my left shoulder. And it's one of those that I can move around, so it's like an angle poise one, and give extra light where needed. And it's got 4 phases of brightness, so it depends on how tired my eyes are as to how bright it is. And as for a magnifier, I don't use one at all. I do have a clip-on magnifier, but I find that, you know, unless my eyes are really tired, I don't need to use it, but it's there if I do. Lauren is having her breakfast now. She's having a breakfast of champions, a couple of mince pies. Sweet mince meat for breakfast.
I mean, it's Boxing Day.
Yeah, it's Boxing Day, that's right.
You know, why not?
Yeah, still full of cheese and turkey and now mince pies. So there we go. Linda Love to Sit says, love watching your video. Happy holidays, thank you very much. And thank you for your viewership. Norma says, wishing you and your family a wonderful holiday season. Happy stitching, thank you, Norma. Clara comments again on my Nadia Strokina kit, saying that the reds look fabulous amongst the other colours. Yeah, there's some interesting colours coming out in that top row. It's now sort of, it's getting to the point that it's every colour is a surprise in it, because you don't expect to find sort of reds and burgundies amongst the greens and blues, and you know, even sort of yellows to a degree. So because I don't really follow the mock-up when I'm stitching, I just follow Pattern Keeper, and you know, I pick up a colour and I think, bit of a bright one for this piece, and but it turns out that obviously it works very, very well. So yeah, Merry Christmas to you and your family, much love, and stay safe and warm. Thank you, Clara, and Merry Christmas to you and yours too. In fact, Merry Christmas to everybody, to all of you who watch my videos. All of you are much appreciated. You're a wonderfully kind and generous community, and you're generous with your time. You know, coming here and watching my videos that can run to an hour or an hour and a half, depending on what kind of video it is. You know, I appreciate you all. Okay, so the last couple of comments that I've got are just on my Christmas Eve live. So if you've not watched the live, you know, do watch it back, because I do explain a little bit about you know, what's happening over Christmas, and also at the beginning of this video as well, we talked about it. Brenda says, so sorry your Christmas has not been very merry. Hope your stepdad will be okay. Hopefully you'll have a better new year. Love your videos. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's in the right place. I would sooner him be safe in hospital, being looked after by people who can specialise in his care, than be at home and unwell. But yeah, I think he'll be absolutely fine. And user NF2BM3YI7W says, Merry Christmas. It's been pretty I'm going to use an alternative word. Pretty rubbish here too. Know where you're coming from. Yeah. Well, I hope things have improved for you too. You know, Christmas is now, Christmas Day, the main thing is over with. It's just now getting through to New Year and onwards from there, isn't it? And that is my lovely lot of comments. So another lovely lot. So each and every one of you that have left me a comment, thank you all so very much. And that's not just, leaving a comment today or this week or whatever. If you've left a comment over this past 12 months, thanks for taking the time to do so, because it's appreciated. It means that, as well as that, I get an opportunity to talk with you, talk to the camera like this and discuss and, your comments and your points. And it's lovely. It's lovely to be able to do that. The girls have enjoyed participating as well in one way or another, whether it be in live videos or Stitch with Me's or whatever. And they've also enjoyed hearing from you when you've wished them well, or for birthdays or similar. And Andy, of course, does get stuck in on my lives too, and we hear him pipe up in the background. And I know that quite a lot of you do enjoy his channel as well, so that is also much appreciated. Andy's on his Christmas break now. Put out his last video Christmas Eve. He's not doing any editing or anything, and he's on Christmas break until the 2nd of January. So he's spending the next few days playing with his new phone and eating cheese. Am I right, dear?
Yes.
Yep. Because it's Christmas, isn't it? What else is there to do but eat cheese?
Put it as the letter.
Okay. So, for about 10 minutes left. So, see how many more stitches we can get in. We're already up to about 150 today. But if I do run out of things today to say, then I will reserve the right to close this video. No, anybody got any missed calls from anywhere? No?
No, I checked my phone this morning and last night.
Okay. Because Hannah said the house phone was ringing at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. News to me.
Could be somebody's pocket dialed us, but you never know. So, yeah, today I plan to spend the vast majority of it with a needle in my hand. I shall, because obviously this is a Tuesday instead of the Monday when I would normally film this video. I have got the floss tube to film, which you will have already seen, because this comes out the day after my floss tube. So this will be Andy's first excuse to put his computer on in a few days to edit these videos for me. So yeah, just to keep stitching. So yeah, plan to spend the day with a needle in my hand. We'll probably find something to watch on TV together, or movie night or something.
You've got that movie to finish.
Yeah, we've got one to finish, haven't we, Hannah? And apart from Hannah and Andy's little trip to Asda, we shall just have a very chilled day. Yeah. I shouldn't imagine that there'll be much traffic on the roads today. There was a surprising amount yesterday, though, when we went up to the hospital. A lot more. I saw a lot more traffic than I thought that there would be. And the hospital car park was about half full. But my stepdad was treated like a king in hospital yesterday, and the ward staff had given presents to all the patients. So he got a gift bag with a few useful bits and bobs in it, like a puzzle book and some personal care items and what have you, which was nice. They had a Christmas dinner, a full Christmas dinner. Although if I know my stepdad, he wouldn't have eaten the sprouts. He's not a sprout fan.
I also say because he didn't.
Yeah, Hannah says she hopes for the ward's sake that he didn't. And yeah, I mean, the ward staff have been absolutely phenomenal. You know, I mean, lots of people have criticised our NHS, but you know, when people are in over Christmas like that, they absolutely do pull out the stops, really, and try and make it as I want to say, you know, as pleasant an experience as possible. But let's face it, if you're in hospital, nothing's going to be pleasant. But really, as positive an experience as possible, because if you're in hospital over Christmas, you know, you really do need it to be a positive experience. So, yeah. I think as a family now, we're all just looking forward to him coming home and things getting back to normal. With a bit of luck, that'll be in the next sort of few days before New Year, but who knows? I certainly don't think it would be a pleasant experience for him to spend Christmas and New Year in hospital. But we've also said that we will look at recreating Christmas when he's out as well. And I think my only disaster this Christmas has been that I couldn't find my Christmas tablecloth. I bought a Christmas tablecloth back in September. And do you think I can find it? I can't find it anywhere.
You'll find that it's not Christmas.
Yeah, I will. I will find it now it's not Christmas. It was somewhere ridiculous. But everything else has gone off without a hitch. Andy was pleased with his presents. He ended up with a plethora of chocolate, a new mobile phone, some slippers, some socks, some smelly stuff. What else did you end up with there? Is that about it?
What have we said so far?
Oh, and money.
Slippers, socks, chocolate, phone.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, money. Lauren had a new tablet, which she's loving, amongst bits and pieces. And Hannah had some new headphones, which, apart from having, shall we say, a minor disagreement with them yesterday.
They nearly went out the window.
Yeah, she had a minor disagreement with them yesterday, but we got that sorted out. And the girls had obviously had things like PJs, slippers, chocolate, bath stuff. You got some jewellery each, didn't you? and all kinds of other oddments. And I got my Gecko Rouge kit and some smelly stuff and some chocolate.
Even Dog got some stuff
Yeah.
for Christmas.
So yeah, lots of lovely bits for us all this year. My stepdad's gift is still sat here because I wasn't taking that up to the hospital because it's quite large and it's a bit cumbersome.
It'd
So
be causing a riot with it.
he'd be causing a riot with it because it's saucepans and he'd just clash them together to get attention. So he'll have those when he comes out and we do Christmas 2.0. And his kids were pleased with their gifts, so they got a bag each as well, which had PJs and chocolate and colouring and notebooks,
Bath bombs.
Yeah, bath bombs, all smelly stuff, and a gift voucher for a popular toy shop here in the UK. So all being well, they'll bring those back next time they visit and go shopping with their dad. So, but yeah, we've got lots of chocolate and stuff hanging around, but I won't be touching any of it.
I'll touch it for you.
Yeah, because I'm back fully on my diet plan now. And I'm determined that this weight is coming off. So I had Chinese food on Saturday nights. I wasn't completely on plan on Sunday, but I did do a lot of plan stuff, didn't I? Yesterday, obviously, it was Christmas Day, so I did treat myself. And I even had a glass of wine, which is my first time that I've had a glass of wine since July, because I rarely drink these days. So, but yeah, back on plan. Weigh in as usual on Thursday. And I said last week, I lost 3.5 pounds last week and I got slimmer the week again. And I said, if I at least maintain this week, I will be very happy. So I am seeking maintain. If again, I'm not going to be disappointed. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be absolutely thrilled about it. But, you know, I'm going to be accepting that, yes, it's happened, but I can fix it. You know, and it's just having that positive mindset, isn't it? Bless you, Lauren. I think that's half of the battle with weight loss. If you've got the positive mindset, you know, that you accept that things can go, you know, not wrong, but you can go astray, as long as you don't wander too far off the path. And then, yeah, we'll be fine. So, yeah, so the girls have also been doing some diamond painting this Christmas as well. As I showed you on my live, Hannah's doing a butterfly and she's got a bit more progress on that. Lauren got some diamond painting in a Christmas stocking from Hannah and she's been sat doing that. So, yep, I think these girls are quite enjoying diamond painting. But for me, it will always be stitching. Although having said that, I have pledged that this year I would like to learn Tunisian crochet.
What's the difference between crochet and Tunisian crochet?
Yeah. Say again.
What's the difference between crochet and Tunisian crochet?
Right, well, you know, with crochet, Lauren, I use a hook and it's about, 6 inches long? With Tunisian crochet, your hook's as long as a knitting needle with a stopper on the end. And rather than just do a single stitch at a time, you might pick up, you know, you'll pick up a whole row full of stitches. Just have a look on YouTube and just search Tunisian crochet. You'll see what I mean. So after doing Matilda's topper last year and dusting off my crochet hook, obviously, you know, when you start to mention crochet and stuff and keywords on Facebook, you start to get targeted content, one of which was some Tunisian crochet. So I said that I'm going to have a look at that. There's one of my work colleagues as well who's quite interested in it. So she can knit, but she can't crochet. But if Tunisian's easy to pick up, you know, she might have a look at it. But the first thing I've got to do is get a Tunisian crochet hook. And seeing as I had some pennies for Christmas, that might be what I spend them on. We'll have to see. Excuse me. Okay, let's just mark these off and see where we are, because we're almost at the hour now. Yep, right, okay. So that is just over 200 stitches done. So we've got a bit more filled in on there. These lines are just looking really nice. They do add that lovely depth and dimension, don't they? So 209 stitches completed. And I'm going to leave this video here. So just my usual reminders. 3 videos coming up on the screen in a moment. If you've not seen them, do go and take the opportunity to have a look. My schedule: Floss Tube on a Tuesday, Stitch with Me's Wednesdays and Fridays. Live stream for this New Year's Eve upcoming on the 30th of December. It will be on the Saturday instead of the Sunday at 8 PM. But then next week we will start to move that to Sundays at 7:30. If you're not subscribed, now is the perfect time to do so. It doesn't cost you anything, and it will also mean that if you do join the live stream, you will be able to participate in the chat, as it's currently set to subscribers only. So thank you from all of us to all of you for your wonderful Christmas wishes, and I will take this opportunity, although I will be doing a Stitch with Me later this week, I'll take this opportunity to wish you all a very happy new year, and I do hope that 2024 brings you everything that you wish for. So yeah, take care, happy stitching, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.